Yes, I can hear you just fine. Thank you so much for having me. I was so excited when I received your call. Alright, so I grew up in a little town in Tasmania called Hobart, and I grew up in a family of physicians and geologists. And I also grew up on a farm and had a really good interest in animals. I grew up with pigs, chickens, and cows. And since I grew up in a family of physicians and geologists, I really had that sciencey background, so I really developed a good love for science. I was born November 26, 1948. I grew up in a farm. I really had that interest in animals, and because of my parents with their background, I really loved science, and I'd always bring in tadpoles and just kind of look at them, watch them swim around, and my parents always got mad at me because it'd stink. But I just loved watching them, and instead of playing, I'd always study and watch or read biology books. I attended at the University of Melbourne and the University of Cambridge. So I earned a bachelor's and a master's degree in biochemistry from the University of Melbourne, and I enrolled as a graduate student in molecular biology at the University of Cambridge. So at the University of Melbourne, I studied biochemistry, and at the University of Cambridge, I worked in a laboratory, and I studied the nucleic acid composition of bacteriophage and became familiar with the techniques of DNA sequencing, and I received a PhD in molecular biology in 1975. So I study the telomeres and telomerase, and I'm doing some focusing on chemicals and medicines that will enhance the effect on chromosomes. So I was awarded the Nobel Prize of Physiology or Medicine in 2009. Along with my peers, Carol W. Creeder and Jack W. Stozak, for the discovery of how chromosomes are protected by telomeres and the enzyme telomerase. A few years ago, I taught as a professor of molecular biology at the University of California, and as I said before, I am focusing on telomeres and how they react to different chemicals and medicines and stuff like that. Thank you so much for having me. I had such a great time.